Jace Denman for Flag Family Media. I'm here with head coach Jason Kemp of your Dragon men's basketball team. I tell you what, coach, I don't, in a sense, know how you do it. I know as a fan / broadcaster, last weekend's games were tough because it came down to the wire. I know there's no moral victories in sports, but at the same time, I like the way you guys fought. I mean, 2 games, the combined loss is 3 points. It's basically the last possession of each game, really, it came down to. What can you take away as a coaching staff from those games that kind of end up going that way?
Yeah. It's hard to find the silver lining when you don't win. But I do think going on the road in 2 very hostile environments, the first team obviously playing very well. They had strung together a bunch of wins. They're tied for first place. And I think they had our respect because we beat them earlier in the year. But I like the way we played defense in that game. I think that we had 5 guys connected for most of the game. That's something we've been trying to improve on. And I think that showed up for 40 minutes and gave us a chance to win. We just came up 1 possession short. And then going into Sioux Falls, who had a letdown after winning 7 or 8 in a row. Yeah. They were going to be ready. They were going to be amped up. And I thought for the most part, especially in the second half, defensively, we looked very aggressive. Now, can we combine those 2 things of just like playing together, but also playing with aggression and effort and energy to get ourselves enough stops to win?
Yeah, when you look at it that way, obviously Southwest Minnesota State playing very well, top of the league. Sioux Falls, like you said, they had won 7 in a row. You drop a game like that, even James and I said on the way down, they're going to be ready to play tonight. I do like the fact that twice in that game, so you're down by 11 at half, you fight all the way back, and then that lead goes back to 11, 12, 13 points with like 5 minutes to go. You still found yourself fighting all the way back with a lead late in that game. And I just, the intensity, the desire to finish things out, obviously it's there. So to me, it felt like even in 2 losses, maybe that last weekend can be a turning point, especially when you look at the defensive aspect that you just mentioned, right?
It can be, and if that is only if we find a way to be consistent and eliminate those spells where we're not engaged and locked in. Offensively all year, we've shown consistency. We've been able to score the basketball, get to the right shots, but those spells where we're not consistent on the other end, you leave it to chance. Yeah.
Offensively, last week, especially Saturday, it really felt maybe over the last few games that we've been calling, it really seems like you guys have leaned into Sam Hastrider as one of your main offensive focal points. And then it felt like, especially in that second half, it felt like Issa really got going offensively. I don't know if he, with you guys being down double figures, if he became ultra aggressive or something, but it really seemed like you really could lean on those 2 guys in that game. So I don't know if that was simply a matchup thing, but it feels like Hastrider really kind of being one of your guys, and then Issa, you'd like to see a little more consistency from him, right?
Well, Sam's, earned it as a player. He also has experience in this league on a winning team, and so keeping him out there in those situations, I think, it helps us. Right. Especially when you're playing against teams who have, coaches that have been in this league for 20 years. Players that have been here since day one, and they're in year 3, year 4. We've got 9 new guys out there. He provides some stability for us in knowing what to do. And then Issa, obviously, to me, as good as any freshman in the league, but he's a freshman. Yeah. So there are going to be ups and downs. But as a coach, you got to trust that he's going to learn and grow throughout the year and continue to get better. And I think that he's bought in and done that.
When you kind of compare and contrast kind of the 2 kind of descriptions of players you got Sam, a veteran player who's been on a winning team in this league, been with this program, and Issa as a freshman. Is it just for Issa, in a sense, in freshmen in general, is it about just repetitions at this level in this league as opposed to trying to coach him up on any specific item? Yeah,
I believe so. And it's just like anything you do in life professionally, you gotta fail to get to your wins a little bit. And so I think, number one, I've got to be willing as a coach to let him fight through some of those things and make sure those moments are short, where he can rebound from them. And, he's done it to his credit. He's had some bumps in the road, but he's also shown that he can grow from those things.
So, obviously, Coach is pointing out that maybe other people have failed in their professional career as well. So thanks for that. When you look towards this weekend, tough matchups this weekend. You got St. Cloud State, the other top team in the conference. They've been playing very well. I think James and I have talked a number of times about them this season, in a sense that this was a very young team the last couple of years, and they're really growing into one of the top teams in this league. So you got them on Friday. Saturday, you welcome Mankato, which is always a good rivalry with the other Minnesota State. What's it going to take to get victories against these two squads this week?
Same type of effort from last week, but more consistent. When, picking out the things that allowed us to have success in certain stretches and stretching that out over the course of 40 minutes. Credit to Quincy Henderson and how he's built his program. He was a little bit like us at the beginning, and he stayed the course with some guys that he brought in, developed them over time. And, in an era where kids come and go, he's been able to keep them there. And so I think that, it's kind of a roadmap for where this team needs to go after losing so many guys in the portal last year. And then obviously Mankato, they started out the season slow. The talent is there just like every year. And I think the one thing they've figured out is they've kind of put their differences and the things that weren't helping them get on the same page aside. And Coach Morgenthaler, to his credit, has got those guys playing together on both ends. And that's why they have the winning streak going they have right now. So we have to be dialed in. We have to play our best. I think we did that in a lot of ways last week. We just didn't get over the hump. So this week is the week we have to do it.
There you go. All right, well, best of luck this coach. James and I will be there, obviously calling all the action on Saturday, so we look forward to it.
Thank you.
All right, this is Jace Denman for Flag Family Media with head coach Jason Kemp of your Dragon men's basketball team. Talk to you soon.